Now, a key border crossing between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Burundi reopened on Monday after more than 2 months of closure due to insecurity in the eastern DRC. The Kavimvira post on Lake Tanganyika, a vital trade route linking Uvira and Bujumbura, had been shut following an offensive by the AFC M23 armed group. Well, to help us unpack the political, security, and economic implications of this development, we're now joined live by Jean-Baptiste Gasominari, who's a political analyst specialising in the Great Lakes region. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Jean-Baptiste. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's start with this reopened border after 2 months. How important a moment is this for people living along the DRC-Burundi frontier?
Well, it is of a very, very big significance because the people from both sides of the border depend heavily on the activities on this particular border of Kavimvira. Burundi have been having challenges of shortage of fuel for more than 5 years now. So they were depending heavily on Uvira because people would drive their vehicles towards Uvira during the day, then refuel their vehicles from Uvira and then cross to Burundi. And this could help them for about a week or so, depending on the trips that they are planning to have during that week. It's not only fuel, it was also the route of so many other commodities because situation in Burundi was different from that of DRC. So many people in Bujumbura were heavily depending on activities in Uvira. So the closure of that border was a challenge, a big one to people from both sides because, Burundians were coming to Uvira for those commodities and other needs, but also people from Uvira were also having the customers from Bujumbura. So the closure of that border post was a challenge to both of them, but the reopening is also a hope for both of them.
Authorities say that security conditions have improved, but AFC M23 remains active in parts of the DRC, Eastern DRC. From your assessment, this reopening, is it a sign of genuine stabilization, or is this a calculated risk by the authorities?
Well, when they say that security has improved, I do not know what they mean because actually the government, the DRC government forces and those forces of Burundi that are backing them in the war they are fighting against AFC M23 is still ongoing. What happened is that AFC M23 was summoned to leave to vacate the city of Uvira and its surroundings, which they complied to. They left, they withdrew from the city, they deployed in other areas, but those forces have never been defeated, and saying that the security situation has improved is just a political statement because what the truth is, well, let me not even call it the truth, but the fact is AFC M23 troops withdrew from Uvira following a request from I don't know who, but whatever made that request made it, and the request was followed. So, but those forces are still active and they are still in the region. So if they are the ones that were the cause of the security situation worsening, then that security situation is still there. But the fact is, they were requested to leave, to withdraw from Uvira, which they did.
So the fighting in eastern DRC increasingly has regional dimensions to it, with neighboring states being accused of being involved. Where does Burundi stand in this evolving security equation? Have they picked a side?
Yeah, but Burundi is part of the fighting forces. So I think officially it is known. They deployed troops in DRC on the request of the government of DRC. I think now in South Kivu alone, they have deployed around 22,000 troops. So Burundi is actually part of those fighting. Burundi is not neutral in the conflict that is ongoing in Eastern DRC.
So diplomatic efforts through regional blocs like the East African Community and the AU, these mediation efforts don't seem to have been successful. What are the challenges, do you think, that they're facing on the ground?
Well, I think the first challenge is the political will from the government that they have gone to assist or to help. Because if you remember, actually, this mediation effort started with the East African Community under the former president of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. It didn't work. Then they reverted to SADC, which also tried its best, but no results, no tangible results were arrived at. Then it was the part of Angola as a country under the auspices of His Excellency Joao Lourenço, the president of Angola, until the point when he also did not succeed. Then the president of DRC himself reverted to the Americans, proposing them a deal of minerals against security, as it was said. So there was this Washington Accord, which was signed in 2024, I think, 2025 in June, and which was ratified, or rather confirmed by heads of state on, if my memory serves me well, I think it was on the 4th of December. Then came in the Doha the Doha peace process, which is between the government of DRC and AFC M23. Today, there are also other mediation efforts by the African Union, which is led by the Togo head of state. There are so many, but if they are not arriving at tangible results, I think this is because of the actors in the conflict. And I think the one having the key is the president of DRC, because everything is being done on his initiative, and everything is failing on his initiative.
Jean-Baptiste, we're going to have to leave it there. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but thank you so much indeed for your insights on this developing story in the east of the DRC.
Thank you so much.